Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, May 4th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 718 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Mali woman gives birth to 9 babies, government. Donald Trump launches new communication site for fans after Twitter ban. Trump lawyers demand enemies pay for weaponizing courts. Dallas Cowboys QB Dak Prescott now a co-owner of this sports bar with Arlington location. Polish lawmakers okay spending plan for EU recovery funds. Psaki dubiously claims migrant influx began during the Trump administration. Littman, Rudy Giuliani's outrage is the refuge of a scoundrel. House call, what do your water glasses say about you? Porn, alcohol were part of student sleepovers at lunch lady's house, Louisiana cops say. I've had it with her, McCarthy criticism of Liz Cheney caught on hot mic. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Manchester City vs PSG score, Mahrez double C City cruise into Champions League final, CBSSports.com. As LA County moves into yellow tier, hopes for economic recovery grow, Los Angeles Times. Dow Jones Futures, split market rally returns as Apple, Nvidia lead tech sell-off, Janet Yellen backs off rate hike warning, Investors Business Daily. Ginger Duggar and husband Jeremy Vu Olo detail why their romance almost didn't happen in new book, Yahoo Entertainment. Google leaks its own Pixel Buds A series with new fast pairing tech, Engadget. Inside Mets decision to fire Chili Davis and the origin of Donnie Stevenson, Sherman, New York Post. Don't expect more software updates for the Samsung Galaxy S8, Gizmodo. Bill Barnwell creates trade sending Aaron Rodgers to Broncos, Raiders, Arrowhead Pride. Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal team to produce Finding the Mother Tree, Adams to star in adaptation of Suzanne Simard memoir, Deadline. Tim Sweeney emailed Tim Cook personally to call for open app sales after WWDC in 2015, The Verge. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Idaho state lawmaker 6 supporters on intern who accused him of rape. Adam Sandler finally responds to the IHOP video, and it's worth the wait. Asian Americans are severely underrepresented in U.S. elected office. Former Republican Charlie Crist is first Democrat to announce run against DeSantis. Judge orders Justice Department to release Trump obstruction memo. Kevin McCarthy caught on hot mic saying he's had it with Liz Cheney, report. Citing worker shortage, Montana to stop federal unemployment benefits. Florida teen accused of rigging homecoming election to be tried as adult. 7 arrested after mummified cult leader's remains found in rural Colorado home. Terry Bradshaw throws nasty shade at weak Aaron Rodgers in interview. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Teacher helps Spanish-speaking students. USPS employee helped save a life. Suspect runs off with rare K-pop album. Man shot to death in front of girlfriend. Child fighting rare cancer will get playground. Successful heart surgery reunites quadruplets. Community supports veteran who died. Boy hopes to give the homeless blessing bags. Brewery selling beer to raise awareness. Vietnam War veteran on a mission to rescue 50,000 dogs. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Tornado watches issued Tuesday for several southern states. House Republicans abandon Liz Cheney over Trump criticisms. Years of unheeded warnings, then the subway crash Mexico City had feared. Vaccines, Mexico crash, flourishing, your Tuesday evening briefing. Netanyahu fails to form new Israeli government, prolonging deadlock. Publisher to reissue Stacey Abrams' first 3 romance novels. Yellen says rates might need to rise as economy recovers. Sudden decision to reopen leaves New Yorkers dizzy and divided. Manchester City battles Premier League over alleged rule breach. A new testament to the fury and beauty of activism during the AIDS crisis. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Steelers Juju Smith-Schuster opens up about Antonio Brown, we would have been a very dominant duo. Joe Conca, it appears that wokeness is everywhere, including the Central Intelligence Agency. Ingenuity Mars helicopter set stage for space flight on other worlds, NASA team's members say. Mitt Romney goes to bat for Liz Cheney amid threats to remove her from GOP leadership. Derek Chauvin files for new trial in death of George Floyd. Gianforte pulls Montana out of COVID federal unemployment programs, touts return to work bonuses. Publix, Florida public schools will maintain mask mandates despite DeSantis emergency order. White House calls CDC outreach to teachers union on school guidelines long-standing best practice. In Graham, left doesn't want to debate, they want to dominate. Chicago man allegedly made anti-Asian comments, boasted before driving into crowd. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, May 4th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. American Families Plan, what's in it, and how could it put money in your pocket? Tiffany Haddish on CBS Kids say the darndest things, the children are hilarious, insightful and a little too grown. Billy Gardell on CBS Bob Hart's Abishala, I cannot believe I ended up on a second successful sitcom. The Great Courses offers a new way to learn, available to anyone, anywhere. Stimulus check update, is a 4th relief payment coming your way? May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day gets tribute in mass. Highway signs. Steelers legend Terry Bradshaw calls out Aaron Rodgers, him being that upset shows how weak he is. Disturbing video shows Florida school principal paddling young girl. Hawaii-bound Delta flight lands with additional passenger after mid-flight birth. NFL now has players who were born after Tom Brady's career began. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Henry Leeds watches the Labour leader as he faces his first audition with the electorate. Australian cricket legend Michael Hussey tests positive for COVID-19 in India. Derek Chauvin's attorney files for new trial claiming jury misconduct. Prince Philip died of old age, official death certificate reveals. Professor Robert Toombs, the daftest lecture in Walker yet. Trump launches new platform from the desk of Donald J. Trump. Glenkia, how loathsome that 2 of our boys were hounded over IRA monster. Murdered PCSO Julia James, family hid out as Chief Constable describes forces deep shock. Keir Starmer pleads for more time as party leader ahead of elections as polls predict disaster. Paul Johnston, inquiry into allegations against troops in Northern Ireland was unfair and unjust. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. What American travelers need to know about getting a COVID-19 test in Mexico. A farmer moved the border between France and Belgium so his tractor could have more room. Wealthy nations still aren't doing enough during the pandemic. Play in India's top cricket league suspended as country's COVID numbers spiral out of control. Massive family reunification effort starts with a mother and son at the border. Photos, the scene after a subway overpass collapsed in Mexico City, killing at least 23. COVID-19 live updates. India cracks 20 million coronavirus cases as infections spread. Violence in Colombia, protests escalates amid allegations of police excess. Netanyahu fails to form a governing coalition by deadline, putting his continued rule into question. Eritrea's president visits Sudan amid tensions over Ethiopia. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden says U.S. ready to move immediately if vaccine approved for young teens, live. Anger mounts as death toll from Mexico metro overpass collapse rises to 24. Israel's Netanyahu fails to form government before deadline. We are terrorized. LA sheriffs frequently harass families of people they kill, says report. Mahrez fires Manchester City into first Champions League final after win over PSG. Seahawks DK Metcalf to run in 100 mat. US ATF meet with eye on Olympic trials. Political animal, California governor hopeful greets voters with £1,000 spare. Thousands of Afghans flee as fighting erupts after U.S. troop withdrawal begins. LA reports no COVID deaths for 2 days in a row in major pandemic milestone. Bolsonaro ignored repeated warnings about COVID, ex-health minister says. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Derek Chauvin's legal team requests new trial, alleging jury misconduct. Republicans ask why White House removed climate scientist. How companies rip off poor employees, and get away with it. Lawsuit filed over gay attack in Virginia GOP race. And Carolina GOP advances bill to ban Down syndrome abortions. Woman missing for months found alive, foraged for grass, was to survive. Idaho intern reported rape, faced overwhelming harassment. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Why corporal punishment is still used in some U.S. schools. Madrid election, Isabel de Ayuso re-elected in bitter Spanish vote. 5 killed in machete attack at Brazil nursery. COVID vaccine, Biden unveils plan to vaccinate young Americans. Biden Carter, what's going on in this picture? Kenya probes curfew police after sick baby dies. India COVID, opposition calls for full national lockdown. Mexico City Metro, fears structural failure behind deadly crash. China, elderly tourists taken on sales trip to cemetery. Bill and Melinda Gates agreed separation contract before announcing divorce. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Derek Chauvin requests new trial after being convicted of George Floyd's murder. Hail, wind and tornadoes, South at risk for severe weather again after tornadoes cause heavy damage, 3 deaths. House GOP leader decries wokeness in MLB move. SpaceX launches Starlink satellites into orbit. Wings of change, long before United, black pilots flew freely in American skies. AP top stories May 4th p. Florida student accused of rigging homecoming queen vote faces up to a 16-year sentence. The new weather normal in the U.S., hotter than it used to be, thanks to climate change. NC business owner reflects on Brown shooting. Vaccination campaign to focus on hesitant as Biden aims for 70% of adults to have a shot by July 4th, live COVID-19 updates. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Amazon warehouse in Rialto fined $41,000 for coronavirus safety violations. Man charged with arson in San Gabriel mission fire. Caitlyn Jenner positions herself as a compassionate disruptor in first recall ad. Human foot found in median of 210 freeway in San Bernardino. Anti-Asian hate crimes have spiked in cities around the U.S., study finds. As LA County moves into yellow tier, hopes for economic recovery grow. 3 men dead in Anaheim car crash, driver found after fleeing the scene. Extend the school year, teachers say no, parents say nah, LAUSD retreats from its plan. In major milestone, U.S. earthquake early warning system now covers entire West Coast. Column, a town known for political fisticuffs is roiled by fight over mobile home parks. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Netanyahu fails to form government by deadline, putting his political future in question. UN condemns violent repression of Colombia protests after at least 18 die. Global development. German gangsta rap promotes anti-Semitic and misogynistic attitudes. Researchers in Germany say they have found evidence that young fans find performers authentic and are likely to adopt chauvinistic and anti-Semitic worldviews expressed in rap lyrics. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu failed to form a government for the third time in 2 years. Not supplying oxygen to hospitals an act no less than genocide. HC, India. Already 19 civilians dead and 800 injured in deadly Colombian tax protests. France threatens to cut off power to Jersey in post-Brexit fishing row. Jersey. UN condemns violent repression of Colombia protests after at least 18 die. Taliban launches Afghanistan offensive after US pullout deadline. Swiss diplomat in Iran found dead after fall from tower block. Thousands march in Pakistan Shiite procession as COVID-19 cases soar. Police in Colombia open fire on citizens protesting tax reforms, killing at least 19 people. Marine Le Pen is acquitted by French court after being accused of breaking hate speech laws by posting images of ISIS atrocities on Twitter 6 years ago. Myanmar nationals in Australia to have visas extended following deadly military coup. Child marriage thriving in UK and should be banned, say charities. The next headlines are from Forbes. NYC public schools get rid of Columbus Day and replace it with Italian Heritage Indigenous Peoples Day. BTS, Enipen, Beyonce, Lisa and Blue Ivy Carter, hits making moves on the World Songs chart. aespa, Tribe, Oh My Girl, WJSN and GWSN, the biggest K-pop girl group releases coming in May. Kansas becomes latest GOP state to enact voting restrictions. Here's the full list. Tennessee lawmaker bizarrely defends 3/5 compromise as ending slavery. Citizens of no country. LeBron James' ankle injury will keep him out of next 2 Lakers games, reports. Now is the time for Chicago White Sox to trade for Rangers' Joey Gallo. Biden will order pharmacists to offer walk-in COVID vaccines. Conan to end on TBS as O'Brien moves to HBO Max. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Cooperative AI, machines must learn to find common ground. You can help to create a new researcher award system. Microplastics are everywhere, but are they harmful? China's COVID vaccines are going global, but questions remain. Daily briefing, concussion risk is higher for female soccer players. How COVID curbed undergraduate research opportunities. Brazil, video inspires young women to work in solar energy. African swine fever ravaging Borneo's wild pigs. Forget Stonehenge, the first known massive monuments are much older. How Navy money changed the course of sea science. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,702,959,978 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The Flash stars Carlos Valdes, Tom Cavanagh leaving after season 7. Kim Whitley, Danny Garcia join Ya pilot Hot Pink at Amazon exclusive. Affy reschedules Life Achievement Gala honoring Julie Andrews. The Irregulars cancelled at Netflix after 1 season. Benny Loves You review, killer toy horror comedy feels like a knockoff. Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal win rights to memoir Finding the Mother Tree with Adams to star. Impresario Howard Panter predicts theater business will boom again post-COVID. Music industry moves, ex-XXXTentacion manager Solomon Sounds joins Capital A&R senior VP, Sandbox moves into estate management. Sinclair expands the national desk 2 evenings. J. Cole reveals release date for new album on 14th anniversary of mixtape debut. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Man who shot and killed 3 at Kansas Jewish centers dies in prison. Tech sees bigger opportunity in Utah, if the state works on its image. Supreme Court weighs crack cocaine sentencing disparity. McCarthy comments fuel speculation of Liz Cheney's removal from House GOP leadership. Trees talk to each other, Mother Tree ecologist hears lessons for people, too. Biden sets new goal, at least 70% of adults given 1 vaccine dose by July 4. Pfizer says FDA will soon authorize COVID-19 vaccine for 12-15 age group. Reinstate Trump, Facebook oversight board set to rule on indefinite ban. India crosses 20 million COVID-19 cases as critical shortages worsen. One of the world's poorest countries has one of the world's lowest COVID death rates. The following headlines are from The Week. Carrie Fisher's grandson celebrates Star Wars Day. The GOP puts all its eggs in one dangerous basket. Donald Trump has started a blog. The Daily Gossip, Carrie Fisher's daughter touchingly celebrates Star Wars Day, Britney Spears bashes hypocritical documentaries, and more. California gubernatorial candidate brought a 1,000-pound Kodiak bear to a press conference. Biden announces new goal of vaccinating 70% of American adults by July 4. Josh Hawley claims he's being silenced in middle of live interview with Washington Post. The pandemic has killed off snow days in New York City's public schools. Why Texas 2022 GOP gubernatorial primary may be a key fight for the future of the party. Disney's new real lightsaber looks just like the movie version. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. La Niña brings wildfires. Robert Bullard isn't done yet. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Ain't like dusting crops, how we'll actually navigate interstellar space. How long is a day on Venus? We finally know the exact answer. Dune Field and Gale Crater tell the story of Mars' shifting climate over eons. New all-sky map of the Milky Way's galactic halo. Protests from Dynetics and Blue Origin put NASA's Lunar Lander award to SpaceX on hold. Astronomers are watching a gas giant grow, right in front of their eyes. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, May 4th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Best mornings for Eta Aquarii meteors likely May 5th and 6th. SpaceX Starship SN-15 test flight, Wednesday at the earliest. What Proxima's massive flare means for our chances of alien neighbors. Venus and the Owl, from California. The next news is from Politico. EU trade chief says efforts to ratify China deal suspended. EU takes AstraZeneca to court for vaccine doses and revenge. Netanyahu misses deadline to form government in Israel. Opinion Paul O'Ryan, it's time for you to stand up to Fox. It really FKS the other 24 wannabes, how Facebook could give Trump a huge boost. Trump launches website to connect with followers on eve of big Facebook decision. Plans for a new Space National Guard close to liftoff, top general says. DeSantis sets date for special election to replace Hastings. GOP pressures Garland on border. Judge orders release of Department of Justice memo justifying not prosecuting Trump. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. And profit jumps, hikes dividend. The Time compromise-driven marriage of Bill and Melinda Gates. The big lesson McGowan must take away from WA's latest COVID-19 outbreak. Large hail, severe storms possible as system heads for Brisbane. Netanyahu missed midnight deadline to form Israel's government. Mahrez double fires Man City into Champions League final. Against humanity, India's opposition slams Australia's flight ban laws. Michael Hussey tests positive for COVID-19 in India, reports. Brazilian teenager kills 3 children, 2 workers in childcare center. General Electric chief's $301 pay deal rejected by shareholders. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results, Caesars stock spikes after execs say weekends in Las Vegas are sold out for the foreseeable future. Earnings results, Lyft shares rise as ride-hailing rebound continues. IPO report, Krispy Kreme files for confidential IPO. Facebook's internal Supreme Court to decide Wednesday whether to reinstate Trump's account. Earnings outlook, gamers spent billions more on video games during the pandemic, but what happens now? Earnings results, Call of Duty juices Activision Blizzard earnings, stock price. Day 2 of Apple Epic trial offers peek into developers' troubles with App Store. Since nation's first law requiring women on boards, the number of female directors at California companies has doubled. The Fed's Kaplan, in interview, says it's time to open discussion on tapping brakes on central bank support for economy. Market Extra, while investors focus on inflation concerns, a less talked about tail risk has this strategist's attention. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Latest federal court cases, May 2021 Schwab, Williamson and Wyatt PC, JD Supra. Exagen Incorporated, Allegheny Health Network Research Institute, Globe Newswire. Teva kicks off trial to revoke Bayer's cancer drug patent, Law 360. Covestro, CO2 technology competes as one of top 3 inventions, automotive world. Over 180 musicians protest Spotify's speech monitoring patent and open letter, Pitchfork. Looking back at soon-to-be Chief Judge Moore's major CAFC opinions, IPWatchdog.com. COVID vaccines, why waiving patents won't fix global shortage, scientist explains, The Conversation UK. Andres Hauser shows confidence, group starts 2021 with momentum, control engineering website. Federal Circuit affirms finding of violation in certain microfluidic systems, 337 TA 1100, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News Alerts. Form 10Q CVS Health Corp. 4, Mar 31, StreetInsider.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. Cool your jets. Hollywood studios are making their plea to get you back in theaters. Has the UK reached herd immunity? How to gain clarity on what you want from your career. Everything you need to know about this week's G7 meetings. Introducing Quartz Essentials, for extracting knowledge from the news. China's wolf warriors are undermining Beijing's empathetic messaging on India's COVID-19 crisis. Developer outsourcing company Andela looks beyond its African roots. Biden's first climate regulation is supported by industry groups and Republicans. With the IPL's suspension, the COVID-19 crisis has finally infiltrated India's biggest sport. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Tech Dirt Podcast Episode 281, Twitter, Free Speech, and Mob Behavior. Oversight Board tells Facebook it needs to shape up and be more careful about silencing minorities seeking to criticize the powerful. The Washington Post thought it might be nice to provide free book marketing to insurrectionist Josh Hawley. Daily Deal, Mini White Book Scan, 2-pack. Salesforce asks appeals court to say it's protected under 230, after its own CEO said we should get rid of 230. Verizon's ultra-fast 5G can only be accessed 0.8% of the time. Riot shuts down LOL fan server after getting all wise guy with its developers. Fifth Circuit strips immunity from cops who ended a mental health crisis by restraining a man to death. Only 14% of Americans think communities shouldn't be allowed to build their own broadband networks. Rap Lauren Boebert decides to Streisand parody site making fun of her, threatens to take legal action against it. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Stephen Curry. Derrick Rose. PSG vs Man City. Bruins. PSG. Carmelo Anthony. Apex Season 9. Colombia. Mexico City. Mark Wahlberg. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Neymar fails to score for a 7th Champions League knockout game as PSG crash out, and fans claim his next could be with Messi. Texas Dem Party leader resigns after facing backlash for referring to Republican Tim Scott as an Oreo. French Maritime Minister warns Paris could cut off Jersey's power amid rolling post-Brexit fishing row. 2 women attacked with a hammer in Times Square, marking New York City's latest assault on people of Asian descent. Biden wants 70% of Americans partially vaccinated by July 4, says some people need more convincing. Extinction Rebellion activists chain themselves to gates of French parliament in protest at scope of new climate bill, videos. Nearly half of Americans will continue mask wearing even if vaccinated, some expect mandate indefinitely, poll. I am the best. Chelsea women's team reveal how they used UFC star Rose Namajunas as inspiration on run to Champions League final. No way the fight is off. Boxing superstar Canelo opponent Saunders mocked after claim he's quit scrap over ring size row, video. Mystery suspects shot outside Central Intelligence Agency entrance died in hospital, FBI says. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. China's Gen Z splurges on luxury as its debt-to-income nears an insane 2,000%. Gold demand continues to surge in China and India. Panic hoarding buns now enter 16th month as Biden seeks ban. Silicon Valley algorithm manipulation is the only thing keeping mainstream media alive. Transitory, here are the companies hiking prices in response to soaring costs. Texas critical race theory opponents fight back, win school board election. WTI extends gains after biggest crude draw since January. Lyft soars after beating estimates, on verge of cash flow break-even. Yellen reverses earlier hawkish comments entirely, says I'm not predicting anything. May the 4th be not with the doves. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Bill Gates' company transfers $1.8 billion of equities to Melinda Gates. I warn Bolsonaro, ex-Brazil minister testifies in COVID probe. Argentina Supreme Court overrules president's closure of schools. Can digital diplomacy be an alternative? UK veterans cleared as 1972 IRA killing case collapses. Biden sets goal of 70% vaccination by July 4th. UK policeman on trial for ex-football player Atkinson's murder. Mealworm on the menu, EU approves first insect protein. U.S. trade deficit soared to record $74.4 billion in March. El Salvador constitutional crisis ushers in period of darkness. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Attorney General Garland, Biden Department of Justice budget includes $85 increase to probe domestic terrorism cases. Joe Biden details vaccine push for less eager Americans. Fact check, Joe Biden repeats false claim of vaccine turnaround. Joe Biden, masks have needlessly divided this country. Rep. Lance Gooden calls for Liz Cheney to be removed from House GOP leadership. Nancy Pelosi praises Lynn Cheney for her courage and patriotism. White House, Joe Biden will announce domestic terrorism strategy within weeks. Factory orders jumped in March as Americans emerged from pandemic sheltering. Family denied boarding flight after child with autism could not wear mask. China scolds Philippines to mind basic manners after diplomats get the FCK out tirade. The next headlines are from UPI News. Woman wins 2 Idaho lottery jackpots in 2 weeks. Quebec man breaks Guinness record with 44-hour video game marathon. Look, landfill workers dig through trash to find woman's lost wallet, wedding ring. Belgian farmer mistakenly moves country's border with France. Wallet with $45,000 cash left behind on plane in Vietnam. Watch, marshmallow launched 225 feet, 10 inches, caught in man's mouth. Look, escaped sheep runs loose through residential neighborhood in Utah. Doctor, 3 nurses help deliver baby on Delta flight. North Carolina man wins his second $1 million lottery jackpot. Look, trapped horse rescued after floor of barn stall gives out. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Baking hacks to get you using your oven. Cooking hacks for your next time in the kitchen. 5 best social media marketing tips for beginners. What products can help men with oily hair? Premium eloquent flavors to suit your taste. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Looking for a beautiful Mom's Day gift? Check out this wonderful book that benefits charity. Prancer the demonic chihuahua who went viral finds dream forever home. Elderly man gets lessons on hair and makeup to help his struggling wife. Meteor shower from Halley's Comet set to peak in night sky this week. New smart farming robot unveiled that smokes weeds with high-powered lasers for healthy weeding. The Manta sailing vessel is designed to feed on plastic waste for power while cleaning oceans. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, May 4th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Men who wear Ralph Lauren polo shirts are more likely to cheat. Is Myanmar's into benefiting from rare earth boom? Man poses in bathtub with 400 beanie babies, puts it on eBay, then calls the news. Japanese firm installs vending machine selling nothing but munchable insects. No sheep safe. A serial bestiality offender will not be deported due to refugee status. Belgian farmer accidentally moves French border. Feds accuse Livonia Pharmacy of having connections to multi-million-dollar cough syrup scheme. John Cox campaign to launch bus tour in Sacramento featuring 1,000-pound bear. Galaxy Quest audio plays over House Subcommittee hearing. Osama bin Laden's son is a painter, America is his muse. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Keynote interview, watch Melinda Gates at the Global Boardroom. Work comfortably with this $100 energy-efficient personal air conditioner. Uber still pretends not to be a taxi firm, but is going to make a taxi cab anyway. Macron's climate law banning domestic flights isn't enough, say green groups. Apple snaps up ex-Google AI leader to quit in the wake of Timnit Gebru's firing. What's the Matrix protocol, and how will it change modern messaging? A giant piece of space junk will crash on Earth soon, and we don't know where. This messenger app doesn't choose a phone number to keep your data private. Ford and BMW drop the dollar on solid-state EV batteries. Study, loot boxes and games are enticing, but they don't actually manipulate you into spending. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Plastic pollution in the deep sea, a geological perspective. Study examines movement in children with autism. Speeding new treatments. Mutant corn gene boosts sugar in seeds, leaves, may lead to breeding better crop. Using social values for profit cheapens them, a new study cautions. Stable, efficient, anode-free sodium battery. Local impacts from fracking the Eagle Ford. Solar development, super bloom or super bust for desert species? Revealing the secret cocoa pollinators. Northern Red Sea corals pass heat stress test with flying colors. The next headlines are from Information Week. Pandemic responses make room for more data opportunities. Lessons I've learned from my career in technology. Deep AI verticalization, no silver bullets. Demystifying quantum computing, road ahead for commercialization. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, May 4th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Vice President Harris swears in NASA Administrator Senator Bill Nelson. NASA SpaceX Crew 1 astronauts to answer questions after return to Earth. Johnson Space Center Director Mark Geier moves to new role. NASA invites media to next SpaceX cargo launch to space station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah's largest fire of 2020 torched the Uinta South Slope, but it may have done some good. Why this Salt Lake City group is making vegan, plant-based meals for the homeless. Letter, instead of censuring Romney, GOP should work to support the democracy. Letter, Utah declares a state of emergency due to drought, so why do government properties still water whenever? Letter, if Romney and Cox are serious about unity, they need to stop behaving like politicians and become leaders. Letter, all for having a pedestrian-only stretch of Main Street in Salt Lake City. Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert builds a fortress down low that fatigued Spurs give up trying to penetrate. Athlete dies while competing in St. George Triathlon. What Jill Biden plans to do when she's in Utah. This Salt Lake City shop is breaking all the taco rules. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Apple exec suggested cutting App Store commission to 20% as early as 2011. Surprise COVID trend, doom scrolling move to desktop. Amazon had sales income of $53 billion in Europe in 2020 but paid no corporation tax. New micro-op cache vulnerability evades all previous fixes for Spectre-like attacks. Tesla car hacked remotely from drone via zero-click exploit. High-energy cosmic ray sources get mapped out for the first time. ARM pioneer, NVIDIA's Grace CPU is proof that it will compete unfairly. Hardware hacker breaks the DRM on a mini dishwasher. About 1.5 million people still pay for AOL. Apple Watch likely to gain blood pressure, blood glucose, and blood alcohol monitoring. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Walmart and Sam's Club offering walk-up COVID vaccinations. Metrolink resumes service in Metro East after suspicious package found. Child tax credit, what you need to know about advance payments. Cardinals plan to meet with city leaders to increase fan capacity. Wainwright's break from baseball to help wife and kids with COVID. Periods of light rain Tuesday with temps reaching 60. Shakespeare in Forest Park returns in June with King Lear. Baby found inside stolen car after police pursuit ends, 1 arrested, 2 at large. Missouri bill would allow lifelong, pet restraining orders. Cyber attackers are targeting your child's school and it's costing us millions. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Olympics bans Black Lives Matter apparel, could punish athletes for social protests. Severed foot found in median of California freeway. Biden to speak on pandemic as COVID-19 restrictions roll back across the country. Cult leader found mummified, wrapped in Christmas lights in Colorado home, 7 charged. Proposed changes to railways could help bluff erosion. McDonald's giving away free McFlurries over misunderstood spoon. County extends hours at several COVID-19 vaccination sites. Towboat operator on capsized boat rescue, they were adamant that we don't call. Local gym feeling squeezed by indoor capacity limits in Orange Tier. Mexico City Metro overpass collapses onto road, 23 dead. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Playing defense, put option for spy stock offers protection. Chinese TV maker, yes, our Android TV spied on customers. General Clinton canoe regatta, this year's race will be a virtual one, with no time kept or awards. Former Liberty Superintendent's attorney says charges against client are ludicrous, officials knew about hidden cameras. Hidden setting to help you clean up junk in your camera roll. Read chapters 4 and 5 of Kathy Wang's new spy thriller Imposter Syndrome. Driver fined after speed camera snapped him eating a chocolate bar. Ex-spy Christopher Steele produced a second dossier on Donald Trump. CBSE Class 9 Computer Application Syllabus 2021 to 2022, download in PDF. Mossad officials look forward to Chief Cohen's exit, here's what they want next. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Air Force shares impressive photo of joint flight of F-22E-7A aircraft. Israel Defense Forces unveil its revolutionary robotic system. U.S. Army CH-47 Black Hawk helicopters arrives in Bulgaria. U.S. largest patrol cutter conducts port visit in Batumi, Sakartvelo. Boeing shares fascinating video of T-7A aircrew ejection seat test. Sweden signs $200 million contract with BAE Systems to buy 127 BvS-10 armored vehicles. General Dynamics produces first ACSV for Canadian Army. U.S. Army awards $146.80 M contract to Oshkosh for tactical trucks. Italian Air Force deploys 4 F-35A stealth fighters to Estonia. U.S. Army fields advanced version of Stryker missile carrier. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Philippines foreign minister tweets profane insults at China over maritime dispute. Perverted or provocative, installation by fake panty thief pulled from Chinese art contest. Guangdong Southern Tigers win 11th CBA championship. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. What is allowed in yellow tariff? San Francisco moves. Marin Water to vote on adding more restrictions during drought. San Francisco, LA come back to life as virus cases plunge. Hate crime suspect charged in Oakland Chinatown assault. FDA to authorize Pfizer coronavirus vaccine for those as young as 12. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Central Illinois woman charged in death of boyfriend, baby. Roma might be a perfect fit for Yos Marinho. Barkov scores OT winner, Panthers over Stars 5-4. New TIF district on Mundelein South Side. Police, caregiver stole more than $12,000 from elderly Bartlett woman. Lightfoot announces plan to fully reopen Chicago by July 4th. A crisis of undiagnosed cancers is emerging in the pandemic's second year. Can Arlington Heights keep horse racing up track? Board hopes new rule will help. Judge orders Elmhurst Hospital to let patient receive unapproved COVID-19 treatment. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate their lives. Judson University bids farewell to seniors killed in crash. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green flood alert in Colombia. Green flood alert in Indonesia. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, May 4th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cipher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. How to integrate climate in future national security. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Front brings chance for storms, heat relief today. Pandemic drinking among women increases, survey finds. Boil water notice lifted for East Houston residents after line break. Tornado outbreak causes destruction in North Texas. HPD chief to join ABC 13 town hall on rising Houston homicides. SWAT officers take down armed man after hours-long standoff in southwest Houston. Suspects wanted for robbing customer at gunpoint at a Burger King drive-thru. Inside the making of ramen dishes at Miso Ramen Bar. Asian woman hit in the head with hammer while walking in NYC. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Disabled Wisconsin lawmaker asks to participate remotely. Egypt buying 30 more Rafale fighter jets from France. Lebanon requests satellite images for site of Beirut blast. Once GOP governor of Florida, Christ now runs as Democrat. House GOP leader cites rank and file concerns about Cheney. Idaho intern reports rape, says lawmakers destroyed me. UK announces plan for quantum leap in relations with India. After an 11% profit spike, CVS outlook for 2021 grows rosy. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. 80,000 city workers report back to their desks this week. Early edition, the FAA is fielding a dramatic increase in unruly passenger reports. Most of New York City remains under-vaccinated as COVID restrictions lift. 22 NYPD officers were convicted of dishonesty, corruption, and other misconduct. Should convictions they helped secure stand? Dominican New Yorkers broaden political bases more gain the right to vote. Extra extra, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you're not still awkward at dating. Met Gala returns September 2021, with Timothée Chalamet, Billie Eilish, Amanda Gorman, and Naomi Osaka as co-chairs. Elon Musk, Keegan-Michael Key and Anya Taylor-Joy to host final SNL episodes of season. ICE jailer in New Jersey is sued by its landlord, claiming unsafe conditions. New York to reopen without most capacity restrictions by May 19th. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. COVID-19 vaccine rollout kicks off in Africa's most populous country. Released jail dissident on medical grounds, UN experts urge Iran. UN Human Rights Office urges calm, after bloodshed in Colombian city of Cali. The garment industry needs more women leaders. Pandemic showcases need for partnerships, ECOSOC president. UN envoy Gordon Brown urges G7 countries to fund global COVID vaccination push. Global e-commerce jumps to $26.7 trillion, fueled by COVID-19. Latest deadly Ebola virus outbreak in Dr. Congo declared over. UN Women launches new program to foster economic participation in care industry. Free press a cornerstone of democratic societies, UN says. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Interview with 3 healthcare workers who have been severely injured by COVID vaccines. It must be taken down, Dem Rep Jerry Nadler demands Matt Taibbi article be censored. Here is everything we know about how Bill and Melinda plan to divide their $150 billion fortune. After killing thousands of elderly in nursing homes, Cuomo says unvaccinated people will kill grandma, video. Canada will require using a vaccine passport for entry. Biden executive order strips Americans of their rights if they directly or indirectly aid Russia. Central Intelligence Agency recruitment ad ridiculed for overdosing on woke talking points. Guess who's testifying in Congress? U.S. troops must stay in Afghanistan forever? Scientists are working on vaccines that spread like a disease. What could possibly go wrong? The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Horrible weeks ahead as India's virus catastrophe worsens. Did a bear in Florida use a woman's pool after ripping a hole in her screen? Mexico City train overpass collapses onto road, 23 dead. TikTok video show Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 4 filming in NYC. Was a 240-pound, 7-foot-long, 100-year-old fish found in Detroit River? Did NASA calibrate satellite cameras using farmer's name written in field? Did Michael Collins joke that Neil Armstrong should scream and cut her mic during moon landing? Why are Bill and Melinda Gates getting a divorce after 27 years of marriage? Bobby Unser, 87, Indy 500 champ in great racing family, dies. Did a demon appear at Biden's speech? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. What happened on this day in history? Here are some notable events from History.com. Margaret Thatcher becomes Britain's first female Prime Minister. Willie Mays breaks National League home run record. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Mason's short chef's knife is the perfect size for my small hands. Indian Prime Minister called out for building new, billion-dollar residence despite deadly COVID shortages. Rudy Giuliani is in deep shit. The Taliban is ready to be Al-Qaeda's darling again. Biden White House is preparing to confront states on anti-trans bills. Dems use Trump's existence to justify a government gone wild. Forget herd immunity. Here's how we end this nightmare. Josh Mondale slams big tech companies that made him tens of thousands. Jamal Jordan, author of Queer Love in Color, recommends 5 books around self-discovery. Inside America's sickening forced marriage epidemic. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Sheldon Silver considered for early release after less than a year in prison. Hunter Biden writing sequel to Beautiful Things despite poor sales. Madeleine Brewer introduced to gay bar by UTC.mp4 co-star Lee Delaria. Tom Brady's ex Bridget Moynihan reacts to book mentioning QB shirtless. India passes 20 million COVID-19 cases. The following headlines are from Astronomy.com. Snapshot yellow balls, spotted by citizen scientists, offer a window into star formation. Snapshot Chandra spots evidence for long-standing theory of how stars explode. Snapshot live fast, die young. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Your COVID vaccine booster might be a patch or a pill. Trillions of cicadas are about to emerge after 17 years underground. Meet the crew of the world's first all-civilian space mission. A meteor shower will light up the night sky this week. COVID-19 infections drop in 23 states as Oregon restores restrictions. Debris from Halley's Comet will be visible this week. All U.S. adults now eligible for COVID-19 vaccine. Humanitarian groups send medical supplies to India amid COVID crisis. How beef and other foods impact health and environment. SpaceX to launch 4 American civilians on historic 3-day voyage around Earth. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Utah woman gives birth on Delta flight to Hawaii. Man dressed as Amazon worker accused of stealing packages from Philadelphia homes. At least 2 dead in Georgia after storm strike the South, including beloved restaurant owner. Longtime trans rights advocate Jahara Delto fatally stabbed inside Boston home. Sheldon Silver under consideration for release after serving less than 1 year of corruption sentence, prosecutors oppose the move. GOP leader Kevin McCarthy not sure Rep. Liz Cheney can carry out the job. I misspoke, Rick Santorum walks back controversial remarks about Native Americans. Maryland woman sets house on fire, watches it burn from chair on front lawn, officials. Colorado cult leader found dead was mummified, wrapped in Christmas lights. CIT, Florida principal who paddled 6-year-old girl repeatedly is under investigation. The following headlines are from military.com. Advocacy group launches new leadership development program for military spouses. National Guard chief to highlight Guard space mission to Congress. Wisconsin National Guard soldier, friend charged in Capitol attack. Governor of New Jersey nominates woman to lead state's National Guard. Iraq military, 4 rockets hit Iraqi air base, no casualties. Proposed law would make it easier for vets to get private sector care on VA's dime. Army Ranger legend to receive Medal of Honor at 94. Trump's VA secretary joins conservative think tank the Heritage Foundation. Pentagon rejects permit request by veterans group for Memorial Day motorcycle ride. Air Force creates LGBTQA, indigenous focus groups to address diversity issues. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Coronavirus in Illinois updates. Here's what's happening Tuesday with COVID-19 in the Chicago area. Mayor Lori Lightfoot looks for Chicago to fully reopen by July 4th. Chicago reopening latest. CSO announces in-person concerts this summer. Tommy West, co-producer of Jim Croce albums, dead at 78. Tracking Chicago homicide victims. Watch Live, Governor Pritzker, Mayor Lightfoot give update on reopening efforts. Daywatch, Illinois could reopen more next week. CPS faces leadership turnover and why bouquets for Mother's Day may cost more. Watch Live, Mayor Lightfoot will join CPS CEO Janice Jackson to provide an update on CPS. Column, Dear Rich Person, please save the Chicago Tribune, you will be a hero, and I will mow your lawn. A gusty line of showers is likely to hit the Chicago area Monday night with winds as strong as 40 to 50 miles per hour. The following headlines are from phys.org. Circadian rhythm research could turn early birds into night owls. Surfaces can be designed with antiviral properties to mitigate COVID-19. Cell phone converts into powerful chemical detector. The secret life of bee signals can communicate colony health. Complex shapes of photons to boost future quantum technologies. Greta Thunberg and Fridays for Future, from global myth to local mobilization. Mangroves and seagrasses absorb microplastics. Researcher uses geology to help astronomers find habitable planets. Wine that went to space for sale with $1 million price tag. Researchers, climate pledges SeaWorld closing on Paris goal. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, May 4th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Virgilio signs contract, returns to Cavs for end of season. Mayor, sewage lagoon embankment seeping, residents warned. Concert to honor Broadway star Rebecca Luker, fight ALS. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, to release first children's book. Tweed attorney sentenced for scamming drug traffickers. Capitals Wilson fined $5,000 for roughing Rangers Buknovich. German gymnastics coach removed after bullying investigation. House GOP leader amps up pressure on Cheney over Trump ARPS. Mother searches for son believed killed by Columbia soldiers. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Pac-12 Commissioner Hot Board, ARPS on candidates, preferred models and unusual scenarios. Kevin Spacey's accuser cannot remain anonymous, judge rules. What to do to help a sad avocado tree. Hope blossoms at reopened Naval Museum in Vallejo. San Jose, hot mic catches insurance rep say this F-ing judge is an idiot in car crash trial. Mother God found dead, wrapped in Christmas lights and wearing glitter makeup. Death penalty overturned for California mother who killed her 4 young children. At this East San Jose High School, a co-ed water polo team had a perfect season. Bay Area restaurant hiring crisis, I've never seen anything like this. Bid to end spousal rate distinction stalls in California legislature. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Oklahoma governor lifts COVID-19 emergency declaration. Former Vice President Mike Pence to visit New Hampshire. Patrol investigating deputy shooting in southwest Missouri. Costs for new homeless shelter double 2017 estimates. Okay to test evidence from 1992 Fatal Attraction trial. Kevin McCarthy, GOP lawmakers concerned about Liz Cheney's leadership role. Hawaii aims to move parts of Maui road inland as seas rise. Teen baseball player dies after collision at second base. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Woke Central Intelligence Agency ad is no reason to throw out the language of liberation. Your car is spying on you, and a CBP contract shows the risks. Border Police wants a bite of burgeoning anti-drug industry. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Using 4D printing to enable vascularization, bone tissue regeneration, spinal fusion. Microplastics found in Europe's largest ice cap. Laser light makes a comeback, literally. Poor grasp of dating violence in college perpetuates boys will be boys' views. New clinical practice guideline on community-acquired pneumonia. Scientists find gene mutation linked to exfoliation syndrome, most common cause of glaucoma. Partners of people with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder have often a mental disorder. Little to no increase in association between adolescents' mental health problems and digital tech. Cheap but desirable, generic drugs a great alternative to the brand names for hypertension. Research reveals Medicaid expansion is still improving hospital finances. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. CSO plans to resume in-person concerts May 27 at Symphony Center. Chicago Auto Show is on for July, breathing life into McCormick Place for first time since pandemic began. Man claiming self-defense released from custody after fatal Lawndale stabbing. Conan O'Brien announces June finale for late night talk show. 2 dead in murder-suicide at Chatham apartment. Mexico City Metro overpass collapses, killing at least 23 and injuring dozens. Attempted murder charge filed in Humboldt Park shooting. Missing Ashburn woman found safe. Las Vegas Strip Market will serve up fare from top stars of Asian hawker-style street food. Burglar smashes door of cell phone store, carries off 2 cash registers, and an iPad. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Dan Patrick's Texas Senate is all that stands in the way of permitless handguns in Texas. Houston's Madeleine the Person represents a new generation of breakthrough artists. Staying in this Mother's Day, these Houston restaurants are offering Mother's Day to Go 2021. Danny Zelisko promotes his own backstage story and memoir. Houston Texans draft rated worst in NFL by draft experts. Here's your chance to sing along with opera stars in public and no one will shush you. Shots on the House, Houston Music Foundation hosts vaccine drive, updated. Houston area hospitals and earth are packed as patients return at pre-pandemic levels. This week in Houston food events, sip a frozen flight to Cinco de Mayo. 10 most intriguing songs Van Halen covered in their club days. The next headlines are about world records making news. Quebec brothers team up to break Guinness World Record for nearly today World of Warcraft Marathon, CTV Montreal. Brothers Gamache team up to break Guinness World Record for nearly today World of Warcraft Marathon, CTV Montreal. Bollywood choreographer Rahul Shetty makes it to the Guinness Book of World Record, says God inspired by Remo D'Souza's record, Bollywood Hungama. NWS warns I-80 travelers to be ready for dense fog Tuesday, Gab. And the next world record goes to men throwing flower lays at each other, the New Daily. Chasing records. What's next for Morton 100-mile world record runner Taggart Van Etten, Peoria Journal Star. Meet young prodigy Sarah Chippa who set world record for naming 196 countries' currencies and capitals, Yahoo India News. Athletes using high-tech shoes are cheating, says former marathon world record holder, Runners World, UK. 6 of Dubai's coolest world records. What's on Dubai? What's on? Women's Winnie the Pooh collection holds Guinness World Record, Finger Lakes Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. The original Super Sentai manga is a fascinating tale of two tones. Despite drug industry claims, higher list prices do mean higher out-of-pocket costs for many patients. NOAA's new climate normal show the US has never been hotter. Disney's real Star Wars lightsaber is revealed, and it's fantastic. Updates from Dungeons & Dragons, The Conjuring, and more. Samsung's Galaxy A52 5G gives you the most phone for your money. India surpasses 20 million COVID-19 cases as Biden stays silent on vaccine IP waivers. Star Wars, The Bad Batch trades a murky war for a touching tale of found family. Turn your Amazon Echo Dot into an aging Baby Yoda with male pattern baldness. Your old phone number could get you hacked, researchers say. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Tambacounda in Senegal at 120.38 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 97.96 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 72.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Stadia's VPN head of product leaves Google. Starship flight attempt on schedule for Tuesday afternoon. Porsche and Penske, two of racing's most famous names, join forces again. The Martian's Andy Weir is back to form with Project Hail Mary. FDA reportedly plans to authorize Pfizer's COVID vaccine for teens 12-15 days. Epic versus Apple opening argument suggest a bitter battle over iOS future. Yet another Google AI leader has defected to Apple. Ajit Pai joins American Enterprise Institute and a firm that invests in internet service providers. Apple reports to iOS 0 days that let hackers compromise fully patched devices. Technician for water company linked to liver failure says his dog got liver illness. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Red Hot Chili Peppers sells song catalog for $140 million, Billboard. Follow the money, QAnon kooks cooking up a batch of new conspiracies after Bill and Melinda Gates announce divorce. Woman hurled racial abuse at Burger King worker because her Whopper's tomato was sliced too thick, police. Josh Hawley vows not to run against Trump in 2024, if he runs he will be the nominee. Asian man brutally attacked while walking with his 1-year-old child in San Francisco. Frustrated Trump supporter has a meltdown in Costco after customers refuse to join his anti-mask rebellion. Nut should be on a watch list, Marjorie Taylor Greene slammed for AR-15 style gun giveaway. GOP leader Kevin McCarthy gets demolished on CNN after claiming the war against Liz Cheney isn't about Trump. Leaked data reveals a surprising fact about who funds the Proud Boys. Watch, creepy anti-maskers get brutally mocked as they protest outside California school. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. McCarthy makes it clear, embrace Trump's election lies or get kicked out of leadership. In 2015, Caitlyn Jenner wanted trans athletes to play as who they really are. What changed? Arizona Republicans make climate fears their latest anti-immigrant tactic. The pushback worked. Biden will raise the refugee cap to what he originally promised. Biden administration begins process of reunifying separated families. Today is World Press Freedom Day. Here are 3 ways to strengthen and support it. Why body cameras can still fail to hold police accountable. City's climate conundrum, how to shift from gas to electric? The next items are today's top search results for Bigfoot. Television, Sasquatch more about mythology than beast, Arkansas Online. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Science with Sam, do aliens exist? New Scientist. Aliens in the Hudson Valley, Times Union. Staying grounded in space requires artificial gravity, Science News for Students. Celebrate National Paranormal Day this Monday with these free-to-stream films on Tubi, Q13 Fox, Seattle. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Undergraduates explore practical applications of artificial intelligence, MIT News. How the Human Brain Compute Time Flow by Jean-Marc Buchert predict May 2021, Medium. How to stop feeling so stressed, Forbes. Getting started with Net Plus 4 infusions, with Prime 4 Hydration and Wellness of Lehigh, Utah, iNews. New Cochlear Copilot app to help adults improve hearing outcomes through skills training, PR Newswire. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, May 4th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO photographed over Worcester. FRMR Senator Harry Reid told Lockheed Martin possesses UFO material. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.